Here's Maya. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. What I want to talk to you guys about today, I'm just gonna lean back. Let's like get comfortable right now. Yeah, you want to? Got my water. We're ready. Something I get asked about a lot. I know like people say that a lot where they're like, everyone's asking me about my skincare or whatever. But people really do ask me questions about this a lot. How I was able to start my coaching business and then do it full time. People ask me about getting clients, about how to get started, about certifications, all that stuff. So I just kind of want to make a whole video talking about how I did it and how I recommend doing it. I also wanted to make this video because I think a lot of people don't do it in a way that is necessarily ethical. This is all going to be my opinion.
That's my opinion!
If you disagree with some things that I say, I'm sorry. Doing online fitness coaching, it's great in a lot of ways, but I also think it can very easily become predatory. I think it can very easily take advantage of young, naive women. And I don't want that. No one should want that. As someone who works in the field, in the profession, I also feel like it's my responsibility to just put the information out there about how to do this ethically and not hurt anyone or take advantage of anyone. So that's what we're gonna do. First, I'm gonna tell my story, how I got into it. I'm gonna keep it very brief, and then I'm gonna go into like the do's and don'ts, in my opinion, of starting and growing an online business. I'll talk about like the ethics of it, and I'll talk about like logistic stuff, like how to get clients and all that kind of stuff. My story, real quick, was that I started getting into weightlifting in college. I had dealt with some disordered eating, just wanted to be smaller, and then I found fitness Twitter, saw girls who were badass and lifting weights, and realized I wanted to do that. So I started getting into lifting, and it really changed my life. I started seeing food in a completely different way. I saw it as fuel. I wanted to grow. I wanted to grow muscle. I wanted to be strong. My goal was to be strong instead of being small, which was a huge thing for me. And I also noticed that with more muscle on my body, I just like felt better going through life. I felt more confident. I felt really confident in a gym setting once I got used to it. So I just loved it. And I wanted to share it with others, but didn't really know anyone else in my life that was into it, like was into weightlifting and stuff. So I started a fitness Twitter and Instagram. I was really shitty at posting to Instagram for like the first year. And then the more I posted, the more of a sense of community I felt. Basically, it grew and grew and grew. And then I got my master's degree in social work, moved to Denver, started working as a social worker, and then people would ask me for workout plans on Instagram, and they offered to pay me. I was like, I'm not comfortable writing programs unless I'm certified. I decided that as just a little side business, I would get certified, and then I'd be able to give people workouts and stuff. So I got my certification through ACE. I'll talk more about that later. And then I started training people in my apartment gym to get in-person experience, and then I post on Instagram that I was certified and looking for clients, and then I got some clients, and then I got more and more clients, and then I realized I was like pretty good at it. More and more people started hiring me. Got to a crossroads where I was very busy, and I was like, I can either stop taking on clients or quit social work and do it full time. And so I quit social work and did it full time, and here I am talking to you. That's my story. Let's just start at the beginning of your process. Okay, you decide you're into lifting, you had a couple friends or family members ask you for fitness advice, or you see what I'm doing and you think, or what another fitness coach is doing, and you're like, I really think I'd be good at that, I really think I'd like that. I recommend getting a certification. Some people disagree with me on that, and that's fine. It's up to the consumer to decide if they give a shit that you're certified or not. In my opinion, it's just the bare minimum you can do to show that you give a shit about knowing your shit. I think it just gives you like baseline some credibility. There are some great coaches that don't have certifications. And there are also some bad coaches who have certifications. It's just a bare minimum thing you can do to give yourself some kind of authority in the subject matter. Kind of like you become a good teacher by teaching in the classroom, but you still got to do that baseline getting your teaching certification just to show that you did something to get some kind of authority in that topic. So I recommend getting a certification. I will stand by that. Like I said, it's up to the consumer whether or not they give a shit that you're certified. I went through ACE. There's also NASM and a few other ones. Those are the two I hear about the most. I chose ACE because I read similar reviews on NASM versus ACE. It sounded like a very similar program, very similar on what they taught. And I was a social worker without a lot of money, so I chose ACE because it was the cheaper of the two good options. ACE was $600. They send you your study materials and an exam voucher. So you just study, schedule an exam, go take the exam. If you pass, you're certified. That certification lasts you 2 years, and then you have to get recertified, which is coming up for me actually. And you just choose a new, one of their subtopics. You just choose to learn more about that, and then take a test, and then they give you your certification again. And that's it. You just got to do something every 2 years to keep it. That's it. That's how you get certified. Okay, so you did all that, you got certified. I'll do a different video on the ACE test and studying and stuff if that would be interesting or helpful to you. Just comment and let me know. So you get certified, and then you're ready. You want clients. You're all right, I'm ready. I've been studying, putting a lot of time into this. I also recommend getting in-person experience. Almost all coaches would agree with me on that. You need to know basic human biomechanics. You need to know common pitfalls people have with form. If you're telling people to squat and deadlift and bench, a person who has only squatted a few times in their life, you need to know if their form is okay. And you can do that virtually, but it helps so much to work with someone in person and correct their hips, just correct form with every lift. And then you see, okay, the common thing people do with squats is they don't brace their core, or they're arching their back too much, or their knees cave in. So you know those are common pitfalls with people. You know exactly the cues to tell them to help them fix those problems. So then you can communicate that to your online clients. Everyone's body is different. You know what the exercises look like on you or with your friend who you trained once, but you want to get a wide variety of a big population of people that you walk through these movements. It really just helps your overall knowledge base. So you studied, you got that information, you're working with people in person, so you're getting that. They also get to ask you questions in real time, so you know what common questions people have are. So maybe you can tell them ahead of time when you're coaching them, whatever. You don't have to get hired at a gym. You can work for a 24-hour or something. What I did is I put up flyers in my apartment complex. I talked to the front desk and I was like, hey, I'm certified. Can I train people in the gym? So I had workshops where I would train 3 to 5 girls and walk them through certain exercises, and I had one-on-one clients that I would train up there. So I got some experience doing that. So get an in-person experience some kind of way, even if it's just putting out to your friends that you are certified and looking to train people, and maybe you can just meet them at their gym and train them. You don't have to get hired by 24-hour, in my opinion. You get some in-person experience, you're ready. Getting some online clients. Let's go. I want to say it does help if you already have a social media following. That's the first thing you should do before even the test. Have a social media account that you post fitness shit to. And all throughout studying for the test, training people in real life, whatever, post good informative content on your social media accounts. Prove to people who follow you that you know your shit. Whether you have 100 followers or 10,000 followers or more. Any amount of following you can have clients from. You just need to prove yourself first. You can't have never posted something fitness related or never posted any helpful information and then say, hey, pay me money to train you. People aren't gonna trust you. You need to develop a sense of trust between the people who follow you and yourself. All this time you should be posting, like as you learn new things, post, tell people, share the wealth of knowledge. A lot of people think they have to like hoard the knowledge and say like, only people who pay me can have this knowledge. If I give it away for free, no one will hire me. No, give it all away for free, and then people will trust that you know what you're talking about, and then will hire you. The more information you put out, the better. Anything you learn that you think would be beneficial to the people who follow you, post it. When I learned about like anything, I would post it and share it with people to help, because you should be in this to help people. If you're in it for money, only money, like money is fun, but if you're in it for only money, that's when you get into like predatory behavior type situations. You should be wanting to do it to help people. So you should be wanting to share this information. So then put it out there on your social media. I am certified. I have gotten some in-person experience, and I'm looking to have a few online training clients. When you start getting online clients, start low with your pricing. Not too low, but like people are kind of going out on a limb for you because you don't have any testimonials or progress pictures or anything like that to prove like how well you coach people, right? You don't have any evidence for people yet. So they're going out on a limb. So you may not be able to start right off the bat charging $200 a month. You may not be able to do that. I started at 50. That's pretty low. That's where I started. I got 10 clients, I think, my first couple months. Having only 10, I was able to like focus on each one. They were paying me $50 a month, so they were able to stay with me for a while. And I really like got my feet wet. You're gonna be learning during this time too. While working with these new clients of yours, be continuously learning. Listen to fitness podcasts you trust, watch YouTube channels you trust, read articles, be up to date on recent studies and up to date fitness information. The learning never stops. And that's why some people think certification isn't necessary, because if you care, you're always learning anyway. But just build up on your knowledge that you already have. Continuously try to learn stuff, not only for your clients, but just to have like more information to share with your audience, to continue to get clients. Show that you're learning more things that you're using with yourself and with your clients. Continuously put in effort to learn, and that will benefit your clients. The more you know, the more they know, and the better they will do. Once you have those first few, if you do a good job, you'll have some good testimonials. You'll ask them if you could put them on your website or put them on your Instagram stories or whatever, and that will then help your business gain some traction. Now we're gonna get into some ethics for a second. Some don'ts. The first don't. Do not just starve your clients to get good progress pictures. If your client comes to you only eating 1,400 calories a day, don't just put them on 1,100 calories a day so you can get like an awesome transformation to put on your website. No. So many people do this and it makes me so upset. Like challenges, a lot of girls sell a shit ton of challenge spots because they have crazy transformations, but they put those girls on like 100 grams of carbs. Like, of course they're gonna lose weight, but at what cost? They're gonna bounce back. And if you actually give a fuck about these people that are trusting you with their health, you can't be doing that. So don't starve people just to get good progress pictures. You want long-term good results. If a client comes to me eating low calorie, I know they're not ready to cut yet, I tell them, you're not ready to cut yet. We're gonna slowly reverse diet, increase your calories, and wait until you're at a good spot, and then we can. Please just trust me, trust the process, this will be best for you. I've lost a couple clients that way, and you have to be okay with that. I've turned away so many clients, which brings me to don't number 2. Do not work with people who are currently or recently suffered from an eating disorder. Do not do it. They need to be working with a mental health professional, not you. You are not equipped to handle that. I have a master's degree in social work. I was a therapist for a while. And even I know that I am not near the point of being qualified to work with someone who has an eating disorder. Don't fucking do it. turn away clients. I've turned away so many. Anyone who's struggling with an eating disorder, when people sign up with me, I send them a questionnaire asking them about their goals and all that shit. One of the questions is, how is your relationship with food? Do you have any disordered eating? And if they say yes, I say, I'm sorry, I can't work with you at this time. You may need to speak to a mental health professional. Have I lost money that way? Yes. But have I retained my integrity? Also yes. Also, that will just come back to bite you in the ass. Ethically, you don't want to. Morally, you don't want to. But also business-wise, like, it may make you a faster buck, but in the long run, it'll probably come back to kick you in the ass. Is that the saying? It sounds wrong right now. Bite you in the ass, not kick you in the... Anyways, I also recommend not doing like a challenge, at least starting out. You want to be able to really focus on your client, make a connection with them, really help them. Again, you may not make as much money as you would just like getting 50 girls to do a challenge, but you'll really become such a better coach, in my opinion, if you can like individually work with people long term. That's my ethical spiel. Oh, my last don't do meal plans if you're not an RD. You can help people with macros. I do macro coaching, but I do not write meal plans. You have to be a registered dietitian to write meal plans. So if someone asks for one, be upfront that you cannot do that. Okay. So with running your coaching business, people do it different ways. I'll tell you how I do it. I like the way I do it. I would recommend it. It may not be for everyone. I don't do check-ins via email. I do it through WhatsApp, and I send voice memo responses to check-ins. I do this for a number of reasons, mainly because I feel a lot more connected to them if I can send voice memos, and some of them will send voice memos to me. It feels a lot closer than sending an email does to me. When I first started, I did it by email, and then when I switched over to doing WhatsApp, it was so much better. It just felt better. Also, they can text you with questions and you can answer really quickly. It's not like a formal email. They can be like, hey, what's this exercise? And you can be like, hey, it's this. And it's in an app. So like when you need to turn off for the day, when it's like, 5 p.m., you're trying to like wind down, as people send like check-ins or whatever to you, like it's in the app. So like it's still like having an email that you get back to during like your hours or whatever. So I think people get scared to do the WhatsApp thing because they're scared that it'll be difficult to keep boundaries, but I have not had that problem at all. So I really recommend doing that. It helps your client know that you care. It helps them know you're not copy and pasting any part of your response to their check-in. You're actively responding to everything in their check-in with a voice memo. Some people don't feel comfortable sending voice memos, which I totally understand. In terms of pricing, just increase your prices as you see fit, as your demand increases or how much knowledge you have, how much experience you have. Just slowly increase it as you feel comfortable. Also, in terms of pricing, I do like, if they want to pay monthly, I have a monthly price, but they can also get a 3-month package or a 6-month package, and the monthly price is less if they get a package. So I would recommend doing it that way as well, because real results come after like 3 months. Usually, especially if you need them to reverse diet first and stuff. So it's helpful if people like sign on to do more months with you because you're able to make a bigger impact with them. I really like doing the packages as well for that reason. Last little tidbits of advice are, again, don't do it just for the money or just because you want to work for yourself. You really need to have a passion for it, and you really need to want to help people. I lost my train of thought. Maya let out a cute snore, and it really took me over there. Oh, another advice is don't overdo it with the amount of clients you take on. Only do what you feel like you can handle to still provide a good service. I fluctuate on how many clients I have, but there are some people who have like over 100 clients, and their time management is either really, really good or they're not giving the best service to their clients. And some people are able to have that many. Like, I think it varies person to person. You know yourself, you know your time management abilities. Some people can only have 15 at a time. Some people can handle 60 at a time. You know yourself, but you don't want to get yourself in a bind where you're overworked and not giving people the service that they paid for. Okay, I think that's it, but if you have any questions of anything I didn't cover, just comment below. I respond to comments on here, so I will answer any questions. And if there's a lot of shit I forgot, which is possible, then I'll just take those questions to make a secondary video. Thank you for watching. I hope this reaches some people who were considering it and didn't know how. I hope this helps some people do it the right way. The fitness industry will always have some kind of predatory, manipulative traits. It's just the nature of it, and the nature of just capitalism and people just trying to like be on the top or make a lot of money from it. We as coaches, the good ones, have a responsibility to share how to do it right. I don't want the coaching business to become a joke. I want the good coaches to be the ones helping people, and I want the bad coaches to get weeded out. There was a lot of drama around that in 2019 where a certain big fitness influencer was taking advantage of people, and I'm so glad that came to light, but also like it made us look really bad. So I just want to share how to do it correctly. I hope you enjoyed. Follow me on Instagram, like, subscribe. Thank you so much. I had a nice time with you. Be yourself, follow your dreams. Bye.